What if I told you there's a hidden switch at the base of your skull, a point so small and so often forgotten, yet powerful enough to change the way your entire body feels in just a few breaths? Most people live their whole lives never touching it, never knowing that the calm they search for, the peace they crave, was waiting right here just beneath their skin. Pause with me for a moment. Take one slow, deep breath in, and now gently let it out. Do you feel how your shoulders drop, how your chest softens, how your thoughts grow a little quieter? That's only the beginning. Imagine that calm multiplying 10 times deeper, as if your entire nervous system suddenly remembered how to rest. This small place at the base of your skull is no ordinary point. Ancient healers once called it a doorway of silence. They believed it carried the power to release hidden burdens, to restore balance between body and spirit. Today, modern science tells us it is part of the vagus nerve, the great river of your nervous system that connects your brain to your heart, your lungs, even your gut. It is the switch that guides your body out of stress and into healing. But let me ask you something. Where are you watching this right now? Are you sitting in your living room, maybe holding your phone close? Are you lying in bed, searching for rest? Or are you outside, under the open sky, listening as the world grows quiet? Wherever you are, pause and tell me in the comments, because your space carries its own energy, and right now, it's merging with this moment. Now picture this with me. You bring 2 fingers gently to the base of your skull. You press lightly, and in an instant you feel a warmth spreading, almost like golden light flowing through you. Some describe it as a soft tingling. Some say it feels like an old weight lifting away. Others whisper that it feels like silence itself moving through their body. What if I told you this isn't imagination? What if I told you your body has been carrying this ancient key all along, waiting for you to unlock it? Stay with me, because in this journey you'll discover not only where this hidden spot lies, but exactly how to use it, to calm your heart, to soothe your mind, and to awaken a power that has always been yours. Before we step deeper, pause with me once more. If your spirit already feels drawn here, trust that feeling. Whisper a gentle yes to yourself. Subscribe to the Spine Gospel. Like this video if you feel a spark. Share it if you want to pass this calm to someone else. Now, let's unlock it together. You just felt a glimpse of calm with a single breath. Your shoulders softened, your thoughts slowed, and for a moment it was as if time itself gave you space to rest. But you may be wondering, what is this place at the base of the skull that we are speaking about, and why did ancient healers treat it as something sacred? Let's begin by finding it together. Bring one hand to the back of your head and let your fingers trace slowly downward. You'll feel the curve of your skull. Just before your neck begins, there's a slight hollow, soft yet firm, a gentle valley between bone and muscle. That is the place, the hidden point. Some call it the occipital hollow, others simply know it as the base of the skull. To your body, however, it is a silent switch. It may surprise you, but you've probably touched this area without realizing it. Think about the times you've leaned back in a chair and let your head rest against your hand, or the moments of exhaustion when your palm naturally pressed into the back of your neck. Have you ever done this? If yes, tell me in the comments, because your body already knew this place carried a certain comfort, even when your mind didn't. For ancient healers, this spot was more than anatomy. It was a doorway, a threshold between the chatter of the mind and the silence of the soul. In old traditions, it was said that this was where the human spirit could be soothed, where the storms inside could be quieted by a single touch. They called it the gateway of stillness, a place where burdens were lifted and inner clarity was restored. Imagine them centuries ago, no machines, no modern science, just the wisdom of observation. They noticed that when gentle pressure was applied here, breathing deepened, faces softened, and hearts calmed. They believed this hollow at the base of the skull allowed energy to flow freely again, as if unlocking a hidden passage inside the body. Today, we speak a different language. We talk about nerves, signals, and systems, but the wisdom is the same. This spot is part of what modern science recognizes as the vagus nerve network, the great river of calm that runs from your brain down to your heart, lungs, and gut. Touching. It doesn't just feel good by accident, it communicates directly with the body's healing pathways. But let's pause here. Even if you don't remember any of the science, your body remembers how to respond. Your body has known this since birth. That's why the instinct to touch your neck when you're overwhelmed is almost universal. It's your inner wisdom reaching for this secret switch. Why does this matter? Because we live in a world that rarely gives us permission to rest. Every day we hold our breath without noticing, clench our jaws without meaning to, carry tension like a weight on our shoulders. Over time, that quiet stress wears us down. It makes sleep harder, moods heavier, hearts unsettled, and yet here is this one place, a natural reset button given to you by the design of your own body. When you touch the base of your skull with awareness, something begins to shift. Stress loosens, breathing deepens. You may notice a lightness behind your eyes or a warmth spreading down your spine. For many, it brings better sleep, gentler moods, and fewer aches held in the body. For others, it awakens something more subtle, a sense of safety, of presence, of coming home to oneself. Isn't that what so many of us are searching for? A quiet place inside where we can finally rest. I want you to ask yourself, what would change in your life if you could carry that calm with you, not just for a moment, but every single day? Think about it and share in the comments. Your reflections may help someone else who is also searching. This is why the technique matters. Not because it is mystical alone or scientific alone, but because it is both. It bridges body and spirit. It is a touch that carries memory of ancestors who trusted their hands and of the nervous system that knows how to heal. And here is the beautiful truth. This isn't magic. It isn't a trick. It's something your body was built to do. The calm is already inside you, waiting to be awakened. This small hollow is just the doorway, but to fully understand why this works, why a touch at the base of the skull can shift your entire state, we must look deeper, deeper into the silent river that flows within you, the great communicator between your mind and your body, the vagus nerve. In the last moments, we spoke of a hidden doorway at the base of your skull. But to truly understand why this point is so powerful, we must step into the silent river that flows inside you. Close your eyes for a second and imagine this, a golden thread, delicate yet strong, leaving your brain and winding downward through your body. It touches your heart, slows into your lungs, and continues all the way to your belly. This golden thread is not just imagination, it has a name. Modern science calls it the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the body's longest nerve, a great communicator, a living bridge between your mind and your vital organs. Think of it as a telephone line that never rests, carrying signals back and forth, telling your heart to slow down, your lungs to breathe deeply, your stomach to digest gently. Without this nerve, the language between brain and body would fall, silent. But here is the mystery. Ancient healers, without knowing its scientific name, already knew its power. They touched this place at the base of the skull and saw what happened. The breath deepened, the face softened, the body returned to balance. To them, it was not a nerve. It was the body's sacred thread, the bridge of light between spirit and form. Have you ever noticed how one deep sigh can change everything? Your shoulders drop, your mind feels lighter, almost as if you pressed a reset button. That is the vagus nerve at work. You don't see it. You don't control it directly. And yet, with breath, with touch, with sound, it responds. Science explains this through what we call the parasympathetic nervous system. Think of your body like a scale with two sides. On one side is stress, the fight or flight response that races your heart, tightens your muscles, and prepares you to survive. On the other side is calm, the rest and digest state that slows your system, repairs your cells, and brings you peace. The vagus nerve is the switch that decides where the balance lies. Mystically speaking, this nerve is like your body's inner prayer for peace. When it awakens, your entire system remembers how to return home. And here is something fascinating. In spiritual traditions across the world, energy healers spoke of channels or pathways of light running through the body. They may have called them nadis, meridians, or rivers of chi. Science speaks differently about nerves and electrical signals, but the two languages may be describing the same truth. The vagus nerve, in this sense, is not just biological. It is energetic. It hums within the body like a string in a sacred instrument, tuning every organ, every cell. Even if you don't believe in energy, the effects remain. That is the beauty. Whether you call it nerve or current, whether you see it as biology or spirit, the outcome is the same: calmness, clarity, renewal. Modern studies have shown that when the vagus nerve is gently stimulated, blood pressure drops, stress hormones lower, digestion improves, and mood stabilizes. But you don't need a laboratory to prove it. You felt it in your own life. Think of the times you hummed a tune and felt your chest loosen, the times you sang a prayer and your tears suddenly eased, the way your body softened after a few slow breaths. These are all ways the vagus nerve naturally responds, through vibration, through rhythm, through stillness. Do you remember such a moment in your own life, when a simple song or whispered prayer eased your heart instantly? Share it with me in the comments, because your story might become someone else's comfort. This is why the base of the skull matters. It is a doorway into the vagus nerve, a direct path to touch the golden thread itself. By pressing gently here, by combining touch with intention, you awaken the same response that ancient healers discovered and modern science now confirms. And here lies the beauty. This technique doesn't demand belief. It works whether you believe or not, because your body already knows. Your nervous system was designed for this very thing. Now that you know the silent science, the bridge of nerves, the balance of calm and stress, imagine what happens when you join this knowledge with gentle touch and awareness at the base of your skull. That is when the real awakening begins. Now that you understand the science and the silent power within you, it's time to experience it directly. This isn't theory anymore, it's practice. Let's walk slowly, step by step, into this ancient doorway at the base of your skull. First, make yourself comfortable. You can sit in a chair with your feet on the ground or rest on your bed with your head supported. Allow your shoulders to soften. Let your spine lengthen, not stiff, but relaxed like a tree that bends gently with the wind. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Feel the weight of the day begin to settle down into the earth beneath. You now imagine a soft golden light hovering right at the base of your skull. It waits there glowing, like a gentle lantern guiding you inward. Before we begin, tell me, where are you watching this right now? From your couch, your favorite chair, maybe even your bed? Share it in the comments, because I want to imagine you there as we journey together. Step 1. Bring your hand to the back of your head. Let your fingers trace slowly downward until you feel the curve of your skull. Just before your neck begins, you'll notice a hollow, a gentle valley where bone meets muscle. This is the doorway. This is the place we seek. Pause here for a moment. Let your fingers rest without pressure. Notice the shape, the sensation, the quietness of this space. For centuries, healers called this the gateway of stillness. and now your own hands are touching it. Ask yourself, what does it feel like beneath your fingers? Is it tender, warm, strong? Share your discovery in the comments because your awareness matters. Step 2. Now that you've found the spot, bring 2 fingers to it. Press very gently, not with force, but as if you were opening a fragile book. Hold this light pressure for 10 to 20 seconds. As you do, close your eyes. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Pause gently for 2, and exhale fully through your mouth for a count of 6. Let each breath grow softer and deeper. Imagine with every exhale a stream of calm flowing down your spine like warm water spreading through your entire body. Some people feel tingling, some feel warmth, others simply feel the weight of their shoulders begin to melt away. Step 3. Keep your fingers resting at the base of your skull. With every breath, picture a golden light expanding from this point. As you inhale, the light gathers. As you exhale, the light flows downward into your heart, your belly, your legs, your feet. If you wish, add a soft hum as you exhale. The sound doesn't have to be loud, just a gentle vibration in your throat. This vibration stimulates the vagus nerve even more deeply. Notice how the sound feels. Does it vibrate in your chest? Does it soften the space behind your eyes? If you tried humming, let me know in the comments what you felt. It may inspire someone else to explore. Variations. Of the practice, there isn't only one way to do this. Choose the variation that feels most natural for you. Massage variation. Instead of holding still, move your fingers in slow, gentle circles at the base of your skull. Feel the tension release, like knots unraveling. Breath-only variation. If you cannot touch this spot, close your eyes and simply visualize it. Picture a golden thread being touched by light. Breathe deeply, and your body will still respond. Lying down. Variation. Place a soft pillow under your neck, letting gravity create a gentle pressure at the base of your skull. Simply rest and breathe. Remember, this practice is not about force. It's about listening to your body, offering it kindness, and allowing it to respond in its own way. When you are ready, slowly release your fingers. Rub your palms together until they feel warm. Then place your hands gently over your heart. Whisper softly, even if only in your mind. Thank you, body, for remembering. Take one last slow breath. Inhale calm, exhale gratitude. Now pause and reflect. What shifted inside you during these few minutes? Was it your breath, your mood, your mind? Share it in the comments because your experience may become the mirror someone else needs. This simple practice opens the doorway, but the real story begins with what happens inside you after. The emotional shifts, the feelings that rise, the silence that follows. That is where we go next. You've touched the doorway. You've placed your fingers at the base of your skull. Breathe deeply and let your body remember something it may have forgotten for years. But what happens after? The doorway opens. What happens inside you when the vagus nerve awakens and begins to guide your whole being into calm? This is where the practice becomes more than touch. It becomes experience. For some of you, the very first feeling may have been warmth, as if the base of your skull began glowing like a small candle. Others might have felt tingling, like gentle electricity trickling down your spine. Some may even have felt an old heaviness lifting, as though invisible weights were slipping away. Scientifically, this is your nervous system shifting gears. When the vagus nerve is gently stimulated, your body leaves the fight or flight mode and enters what scientists call the parasympathetic state, the place where healing, rest, and digestion take over. But in mystical language, this is more than biology. It is your body releasing what no longer belongs, making space for silence and light. The doorway you touched is not just muscle and bone. It is a key to inner renewal. And I want to ask you, when you pressed that point, what was the very first thing you felt? Was it softness, lightness, or maybe even a tear rising that surprised you? Share it below, because your discovery could mirror someone else's journey. For many, touching this spot may bring up unexpected emotions. You may find your eyes watering, not from sadness, but from a quiet release. This is your nervous system letting go of stored weight, grief, stress, old tension that it has carried silently for years. Others may not cry at all. They may feel sudden calm, like being wrapped in a blanket of peace. Both are natural, both are signs that your body is remembering safety. Ancient healers had a beautiful name for this. They called tears the waters of renewal. To them, every drop was a sign that life was beginning again, that old burdens were washing away. So if you did feel emotions surface, trust them. If you felt peace instead, honor that too. No reaction is wrong. Each is simply your body's own story finding its way back to you. Let me ask you this. If something heavy surfaced for you in this practice, what do you think your body was trying to tell you? Write it down in a journal, or share it here in the comments. Sometimes speaking it aloud is the very act of release. Along with emotional shifts, many notice a change in the mind. The noise of the day, the racing thoughts, the endless lists begin to slow. For some, it feels like fog lifting from the brain. For others, it feels like silence stepping into the room. Science tells us this happens because the vagus nerve lowers the heart rate and calms brain activity, creating balance between thought and rest. But mystically, it feels as though silence itself begins to breathe inside you, clearing a path where clarity can finally enter. Picture this: clouds pulling away from the sky, revealing the deep blue behind them. That is what your mind experiences, a sky you forgot was always there. Did you notice your thoughts grow quieter, even if only for a few seconds? Comment and let me know, because those quiet moments are where true wisdom begins. And then, for some, something deeper happens. Beyond the physical calm and the emotional release, there comes a subtle sense of connection, like touching not just your body, but your soul. Ancient traditions spoke of this area, the base of the skull, as a doorway of spirit. In Egyptian texts, it was described as the place where the soul received divine breath. In Indian teachings, it was connected with energy channels flowing upward toward awakening. Modern science points to something interesting here too. The vagus nerve is deeply linked to the voice. It vibrates when you chant, when you pray, when you hum. Across cultures, spiritual practices of sound, mantra, hymn, chant have always engaged this same nerve. Perhaps that is why so many describe feeling closer to the divine after awakening it. But here's the reassurance. Even if you don't believe in spirit, even if you see this only as science, the calm itself is already sacred. Healing is spiritual, even when we name it biology. So let me ask you gently, did you feel anything beyond the physical? Perhaps a sense of being guided, of being held, or simply of being lighter? Whisper it in the comments. Your words may resonate with someone searching for the same connection. All of these shifts, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, are part of the same river flowing through you. Sometimes it is strong, sometimes soft, but always leading you back to balance. Whatever you felt, trust that it was exactly what your body needed today. This practice is a beginning, not an end. And when we begin to repeat it daily or weekly, the changes begin to ripple outward into sleep, mood, energy, and even the way we carry ourselves through the world. But that belongs to the next step, because the real transformation begins when this isn't just a one-time practice, but a rhythm in your life. You've just seen what can happen in a single moment, the calm, the release, the clarity. But imagine this. What if that moment was not rare, not accidental, but a part of your daily rhythm? The beauty of this practice is its simplicity. You don't need hours of meditation, expensive tools, or a perfect environment. All you need is 2 or 3 minutes, a quiet breath, and your own 2 hands. Here's how your daily version can look. Sit or lie somewhere comfortable. Close your eyes. Bring 2 fingers gently to the base of your skull. Breathe in slowly, and as you exhale, let your shoulders soften. Do this 3 to 5 times, moving with patience. As you breathe, imagine a golden light flowing from the base of your skull, down your spine, filling your body with warmth. That's it. No force, no pressure. Just a gentle daily reminder to your body that it knows how to heal. And here's the truth. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. 2 quiet minutes every day will shift your life far more than 20 minutes once a week. Within days, you may notice your sleep deepening, your mood softening, your body sighing with relief. Stress won't vanish, but it will meet a calmer version of you. Anxiety may visit, but it won't stay long. Even your breath may feel freer, as if life itself moves through you with less resistance. Over time, weeks, even months, something deeper unfolds. Emotional steadiness becomes your new normal. The small storms of life stop shaking you so hard. Your resilience grows quietly, like roots under the soil. And spiritually, you may begin to feel more connected to yourself, to others, perhaps, even to something larger than words can describe. Think of it like watering a seed. At first, nothing seems to change, but beneath the surface, life is building. And one day, you realize the roots of peace are holding you no matter what winds blow. So let me ask you gently, can you see yourself giving these 2 minutes to your body every day for the next 6 months? Imagine who you would become, and as we carry that vision together, let's step into the closing space of this journey. Thank you for walking with me all the way to this moment. I know your time is precious, and the fact that you stayed until now tells me something about you. You're searching, listening, and brave enough to explore a path most people never even pause to consider. For that, I honor you. Today, you discovered something hidden, something quiet but powerful, a spot at the base of your skull that isn't just muscle and bone. It's a doorway into calm, into silence, into the part of your nervous system that remembers peace. Maybe you felt tingling, maybe warmth, maybe even the release of a deep sigh. Whatever you experienced, it was yours. Unique, real, alive. The truth is, the power was never outside you. It was always waiting here, in your own body. Ancient healers once called this place sacred. Modern science calls it the vagus nerve. But you can simply call it home. Because every time you return to this spot, you are not escaping the world. You are returning to yourself. If something in this journey touched you, let it ripple outward. Tap subscribe so that you can continue to walk with us here at the Spine Gospel. Press like if you felt even a moment of calm, and share this with someone you love so they too may remember the silence inside them. And I want to hear from you. Truly, what did you feel when you pressed this point? Was it warmth, calm, maybe tears that you didn't expect? Tell me in the comments below. Your words might be the very thing another soul needs to read tonight. Even if it's just a simple yes, or even if you disliked it, your feedback matters. But before we close, I'll leave you with a question to carry in your heart. If touching this one point could awaken so much, what other secrets might your body be holding? What other hidden doors wait just beneath the skin, waiting to be touched, to be remembered? Our next journey together will explore another of these sacred points, one that doesn't just open the body but also stirs memory itself. If this practice felt like the beginning of a song, that next step may feel like remembering the words to it. Until then, breathe deeply, Hold yourself gently, and remember, peace was never lost, it was only waiting.